Kaloory is an online education platform made to easily conduct classes online. So this is going to be a tutorial video on how you can use the Kaloory web app and start teaching online very easily. Right? So I'm right now in the www.kaloory.com website. So I can just come over here, click on Start Teaching. It will automatically ask me to choose if I'm a teacher or a student. So I'm going to choose teacher. Here I can either sign in directly or I can sign up and I can create an account, right? So it is very easy. So I'm just going to use sign in. I already have an account. So once you sign in, you would come into the class dashboard. Right now within the class dashboard, and here you can see that we have very neatly laid out what are my upcoming classes and what are all the classes, right? So if I click on go live, I can automatically join the class and my students will also be able to join the class directly without the need for sharing any links at all. So there is no more link sharing with Kaloory, right? So in the side you can see here that we have the different modules. So we have timetable, we have assignments, we have tests, we have course or class material, and then we have the students page. So I'm going to start out with the timetable. So here is where you'll be able to see a list of all the classes, what are the upcoming classes and what are the schedule for the week. So you'll be able to interact with this, and if you'd like to go into what are the details of that particular class, you will be able to understand and see that. And directly if you want to go live for a particular class, you can click and go live as well. Right, so this is the timetable. Next, I'm going to jump on to the assignments page. So this is where we'll be able to see all the assignments that have been posted for all the different batches. So if I click on morning batch, you'll be able to see that we have all these assignments that have been posted. Posting a new assignment is very simple. You can just click on plus assignment. You can choose what class and what batches that you can select. So you can choose multiple batches and send out an assignment. Then you can select the assignment name. Then you can have the instructions that the student have to follow. You can select and upload a particular assignment file. You can define the marks and the due date. Then you can click submit and an assignment would be created. So it's a very easy process to create an assignment and ask your students to submit an assignment, right? So next we can come over to the tests page. Again, you can see here that we have all the different courses and batches listed out. So I can click on plus test. I can again choose what class this test has to be sent to. I can select multiple batches. I can select the test name. So this is going to be an economics quiz. I can enter some instructions here. I can define the marks. So this is going to be a 20-mark test. I can then define the start date and the end date. So we can define a time period between which a student can take the test, right? So I'm going to then choose, let's say, between Monday 12:30 to Friday 12:30, right? So this is the start date and end date for the tests, and then we can set the quiz duration. So we can say that this is going to be a 30-minute test, and we're going to click done. So within 30 minutes, the test would automatically be submitted for the students. So then I can click on next. So this is the test creation page where we can create a test for the students. So I can have multiple questions. So I can have, I can define the questions types such as single correct answers. You can have multiple correct answers. You can have short and long answers as well. Let's say I want to create a question with a single correct answer. I can add an option. So let us say this is going to be option 1. I'm going to select option 2, option 3, option 4. So you can have multiple options, then selecting an option makes it the correct answer. So very simple, you can just select the correct answer. So this means that the test will automatically be corrected. So of course the student will not see this, but once the student submits the test, and once you publish the marks, the student will automatically know what is the correct answer and whether his answer was correct or not. right? So here you can enter the question. So you can then say, what is economics, right? Then you can define the marks for this question. So this question, let's say, is a um, 1 mark or 2 mark question. Like this, you can add multiple questions, right? So then I can select another question. I can create, let's say, a multiple correct answer. So here you can have multiple options as correct, right? So you can have, let's say, option 1, option 2, option 3, and option 4, right? So I can then choose, let's say, option 2 and option 4 are correct answers. So unless the student selects option 2 and 4, he will not be awarded marks for this particular question, right? So then I can then say that this is question 2. So I'm just writing as sample questions, right? So then I can then say this is a 2-mark question, right? Next, I can then have a short answer based question. So how does economics benefit us, right? So this could be a question for which there is a short answer. So you can add a sample answer here. So when you correct the test and award marks, the student can look at the sample answer and see how he has fared, right? So you can award, let us say, out of this question for 2 marks or 4 marks, you award, let's say, only 2 marks for the test. Once he has completed it, you can have a short answer for him to understand what his answer should have been like. So this is a sample answer, right? And it will of course be shown only after the test is completed and marks are awarded, right? So now you can see here that we have added all the answers for the test. So I'm just going to make these 5-mark questions. And this is a 10-mark question. So now you can see here that maximum marks is 20 and remaining marks is 0. So I can then click save and submit. And now the test has been created successfully, right? So if I come back to this course page, you can see here that within morning batch, you can see that we have economics quiz. So now we can edit the particular test until the scheduled start date, which we defined as the 4th of October. So until then, this test can be edited and the details and the questions can be changed, right? So creating a test within Kaloory is extremely easy to do. Like this, you can also upload some class material, some study material for students to learn from. You can add plus material, drag and drop a particular file and upload that into here, right? Lastly, we also have the student summary page where we can see the list of all the students. We can then add relevant filters. So let's say I want to see students only from this particular class and then this particular batch. I can then order by descending order or ascending order, and let's say I want to view it by attendance. So this directly tells me that I'm going to be viewing all my students across all this particular class based on what is their lowest attendance. So I can then understand which students have the least attendance so that I can concentrate more on them, right? So this is a very, very easy way for us as teachers to be able to identify students who need more attention, right? So this is a very, very easy method for you to take classes online. So you can feel free to connect with the Kaloory community. So we have a thriving community of teachers and educators, and thank you for listening to this presentation, and happy teaching.